What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Peezy on the keys, and it's too easy on the video. We are back with episode 2 of the Talk Greasy with Peezy podcast. I know it's been a million years since I uploaded my first episode, but like I said, all these other videos got in the way. And this one question is what I'm really going to focus on. That maniac asks, is the UK scene ahead of the US? First of all, before I even answer the question, thanks everyone for supporting the podcast. Leave a like, leave a subscription, leave a like if you enjoy. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Don't forget to share the video wherever you share videos. Also, don't forget to turn on my post notifications so you know when every video is dropped. First, is the UK scene ahead of the US? First of all, I can't tell you. I mean, as far as popularity, the US scene is ahead of the US in popularity wise. So let me give you a timeline. 1970s, a guy named Kool Herc started the group Rappers Delight, and the birth of rap music, the birth of hip hop music started. And because back then all the music that was broadcasted was R&B, rock, Motown, soul, blues, jazz. A new genre, rap music. Well, now you could flow on a beat, and that was a new style, and everybody liked it because everybody could do it. You didn't need a whole bunch of talent to rap. You could just rap. You don't have to be born with amazing vocal cords. You just had to rap. Went on to the 80s, dominated by the Big Daddy Kanes and the Run DMCs and the Beastie Boys, to the 90s. That comes to the Tupacs and the Biggies and the Old Dirty Bastards and the Raekwons and the Big Puns and the Dr. Dre's. In the 2000s, we go to the Eminems and the 50 Cents, the G Units, the early Cash Money, and then from 2010, maybe 2005 on, the rap scene in America began to get dumbed down a lot, because a lot of this, especially with the introduction of the Southern rap, is when the rap became less lyrical, because back in the days, lyricism was stressed. Like if you came on here when you weren't lyrical, you didn't have bars, you weren't flowing, you wouldn't get in the foot in the door. And say around maybe 2005, around that time, where a lot of the Southern trap songs got really popular, like "Hey baby, hey baby," or like or they were just saying random stuff like the apple bottom jeans, boots with the fur, or Laffy Taffy. Songs like that became popular. That's when lyricism began to die. And since then, it's still cremated. It's to the point where we have people literally mumbling on tracks, and it gets millions of views. But anyway, that's the US scene. The US grime scene, as most of you know, was started in the early 2000s. Wiley was one of the main contributors to that, as he started Eskimo beat. It's Esky beat, a new form of grime music, and then slowly builds it up with the likes of Wretch and Kano and Dirty Goods and Skepta and Dizzy Rascal and all those greats that helped to build the UK rap scene. Now, here's what I think the big divide, and it shouldn't be a divide, but the big divide is language. Not the language, just the accent. The biggest divide between the US music and UK music is the accent. That's the biggest divide. The biggest divide. Because again, you gotta think, a lot of these UK rappers are saying the exact same stuff that the US rappers are saying. It's just a different accent. And when you've been used to hearing English your whole life, and then once you hear somebody's somebody's accent, you start hearing some slang that you never heard of. And you're like, what is this, man? This stuff is trash. Like, what is this? This is terrible. And it's like, you don't even give people the chance, but you don't even give people a chance. Like, back in the day, Sean Paul was thriving. Back in the day, he had a Jamaican accent. You could barely understand what he was saying, but he was thriving. And people in America was eating him up. Sean Paul, they was eating Sean Paul up. And nowadays, the rappers are rapping in accents. With the auto-tune mumble rap accents, you can't understand it. But also, you got to think the biggest one of the really biggest divides is that the UK won't accept the mumble rap era. The UK does not accept mumble rap. I have yet to hear one UK mumble rapper. I have yet to hear one UK mumble rapper at all. I have yet to hear one. Meanwhile, in the US, you have mumble rap being pushed to mumble rap being pushed to extreme heights to now, and then to the point of this internet era, it's now where anybody can get famous. Anybody can get famous. All you need is a couple million hits on YouTube, and boom, you got a record deal. You know? And I think that's the biggest divide between American music and UK music, because UK music is not accepting mumble rap into its, discography. But you got a lot of the so-called new age UK rappers are still lyrical. That's the thing. A lot of these new age US rappers are not lyrical at all, because lyricism is not being emphasized in the US music industry as much as it is in the I mean, it's not really emphasized, just that a lot of people are lyrical. It's just how it is. And you gotta think, the only true lyricists, really, in the few lyricists left: Kendrick, J. Cole, Joey Badass, Raekwon, Scarface, Styles P, Beanie Siegel, Jadakiss, Jim Jones, Jules Santana, Cam'ron. Like these are all old, exception for a few of them. You can include maybe Denzel Curry in that. You can include Lupe Fiasco. You can include an old Lil Wayne, because you can include an old Kanye West. A lot of these lyricists, a lot of these artists that grew up on lyricism and hard bars are being phased out, and now are being forced to sell yourselves out and dumb yourself down. Like when I heard J. Cole use auto-tune, like in a recent song a couple months ago. J. Cole used auto-tune, and I'm like, I said to myself, man, the hip hop is dead. There's no, in 5 years from now, hip hop will not exist. It'll just be mumble rap. It's not hip hop no more. That's not hip hop. It's not. Hip hop was founded on lyricism and flow. This is auto-tune melodies and drug and fiend and drug and junkie rap. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. And I think the fact is, the U.S. is like, why are y'all not trying to hop on the train that we're going on? Obviously, we see that the mumble rap is getting views. How come y'all not? You know what I mean? How come you're not trying to hop on the train? But the UK is not going for it. And I think the version of UK mumble rap is UK drill, which is surprisingly crazy, which is surprisingly way more lyrical than UK mumble rap. I would rather listen to a UK drill song than listen to a mumble rap song. I've listened to a lot of UK drill songs. I listen to some of the new artists coming up. I listen to M Huncho, Dig That, LD 67. Trying to think who else. What was it? When was this? There's one new song that the song with the song I listened to, the song with the Coke. Was that Dig That? I think that was. A lot of these new up and coming, Lowski, Fredo, Slim, a lot of these artists are still lyrical. And the thing is, the people in UK, the lyricists, the grime heads still don't even like the drill ones, and they're still lyrical. The drill artists in the UK are still lyrical. The 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 top artists in the USA are not lyrical at all. You think about who are the top artists in the US right now. The biggest selling artists: Drake, Cardi B, the Migos, the Lil Nas dude, the dude that just came out of nowhere with that. Um, who else? I don't know. I don't know who else, bro. But lyricism is not being enforced today as much as it should be, even though it will probably never go back to what it is. The 90s, the 80s and 90s will be the golden era of hip hop in the U.S. and that'll just be it, because that's the best era when the lyricism was stressed. And you gotta think, UK rap didn't start till the 2000s, because the best music in the UK was David Bowie, Boy George, a lot of the EDM type, disco type music. Not any lyricism. This is disco type music. Like I said, David Bowie, Boy George, Bono, what's his name? Bono, all these artists, bro. Like this, yeah, a lot of these. You gotta think UK has had its roots with rock and roll and R&B, not rock and roll and just rock and roll style music. Because you gotta think the Beatles, obviously. Once people heard the Beatles, that they think that's what the UK is for. The UK is a rock and roll type, not the hardcore rap, you know. But I see that the biggest divide between the US scene and the UK scene, number one, accent. Number two, subject matter. And I think it's to the point where a lot of people in the US have learned to just accept what's being thrown out in the US. And then if you travel other countries, people think you're weird. Saying, why are you listening to that? You're not even from the UK. Why are you listening to that? Why are you listening to that? Maybe I enjoy lyricism. Maybe I enjoy lyricism. Maybe I do. I don't know. Maybe I enjoy lyricism. But the thing, I feel like that's the biggest divide between the U.S. and the UK. It's just people don't want to take time to learn the accents, to learn the slang, to try to even focus on what's being said. Like people, and then just like the subject matter is still quote unquote behind. But like I said, I saw a video on I saw a comment, somebody said, if mumble rap is progression in the US, then the hip hop scene is in all life support. Like I said, mumble rap is quote unquote the progression of the US. Mumble rap is the progression. So what is next? People just gonna start breathing on the beat. People just gonna start sounding out syllables on the beat and calling the nigga, oh my god, it's so hard. Like, cause these dudes, you can't even hear them. You don't even know what they're saying. But like I said, the way the music scene is, the U.S. dominates because the market for U.S. music is so big. Just like I've seen the UK charts, it's a lot of songs by American artists in the UK charts. I'm like, why can't the UK charts just be filled with people who are from the UK? It makes, like, what? Like, what? When was the last time a UK artist had a song chart in America? When was the last time that happened? I don't know. I don't know. But bro, that's the biggest thing for me. That was really all I want to talk about, just the divide between the US and the UK in terms of culture, in terms of just people don't want to understand the language, the accent barrier, and nobody wants to understand just the form of subject matter is still more sophisticated now. Even the new age rappers are lyrical. Skepta, JME, even though Skepta's not really new age, but Skepta, JME, Devilman, Stormzy, Dave, AJ Tracy, Little Sims, I'm trying to think who else. Dirty Goods, Izzy Gibbs, Low Key, Logic, Mike Righteous, Akala, English Frank, all these lyricists, and they were, recent lyricists. All these lyricists that are still, Getz, how can I forget Getz? All these lyricists that are still moving around today. You can't forget that, bro. Oh, Kano, how I forget Kano? Like I said, you can't, see, it's so many of them, I can barely remember how many of them. You can't forget all these lyricists. That's the biggest thing. But anyway, that's all I want to talk about today. Thank you again for listening. Like I said, put your comments, put your input down in the comment section. I will be glad to read what y'all got to say about this. But anyway, thank you again for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new to the channel. Anyways, I'm out. Be safe, have a great day, stay on the grind. I'm out. Peace.